Hey guys, we're in Atmore, Alabama with Seth Dettling at Dettling Distillery. Seth, tell us a little bit about what you've got planned for today.
Well, we were going to look at some barrels that I have previously screened to make a barrel pick grade. So it's going to be barrels that I've already screened through. So probably been through 20, 30 barrels to get to 7, and then the group will have probably 4 or so to go through.
Nice.
So it's really like picking out of 20, 30 barrels when you're picking out of 4.
Right, yeah, because you've
They'll
already
find
done
something.
all the pre-work
Yes.
for them. Cool.
Yeah, they're all awesome.
Well, awesome. So you guys this year, 10 years in the business, right?
Yep.
And have done tons of barrel picks, and the majority of them for charities, which I think is awesome.
Yeah.
And this one is this one for another charity or no?
I'm not sure yet.
Okay, all right. Well, good to know. So guys, just stay tuned, and we're going to go through some Rickhouses, check out some stuff, and sample some whiskey.
So this is the spot. This is the place where you can't be, except under these special circumstances, and that's something that we want to try to maintain, because you go on these tours and they're very touristy, they're very commercial. You're dealing with employees instead of the owners. So we kind of want to maintain that like 1980s Kentucky vibe. The way barrel picking was when probably none of us were picking barrels. And the way we would have really enjoyed it. You can just drive up and the primaries are there and you just chill and talk and nothing's off the table and just have a great time and learn about what they do and how they do it and how it's different, and drink some great whiskey and some fellowship, make some new friends. And some new family, because that's kind of how we feel about our barrel pick groups, is we develop like really good long-term connections and relationships, and we have no marketing budget. So basically you guys are our marketing team, you just don't know it. We show you what's here and then you get to spread the word in your own way. So I let the whiskey be the focus. That's kind of my goal, is to have the whiskey quality be the primary, and how we manage it, and just let the whiskey tell its own story.
Going to the Rickhouse to do some barrel picking. So Seth went through about 30 barrels. I think he's gotten it down to 4 that we're going to sample. Said they're pretty special, so it's pretty cool that he went through, sampled them first, and gave us the cream of the crop, right?
Once this whiskey is installed in its final resting place, it's very difficult to work with them and try to fix them if they have a leak. So we leave them out here in the floor for a length of time and make sure that they're fine. And once they're fine, then we'll double stack them and layer them in. These will be 3 layers deep on this side and 2 layers deep on this side. I don't know if weeded rye is a thing, but this is weeded rye. And this is the first spirit that we've made that has no corn in it. One of the reasons, no, it's rebarreled because when I'm screening these barrels, I find barrels that need something. And I know my barrels well enough, now it's year 11, I know my climate well enough that I can kind of know the answer some of the time. So I'll taste it and I'm like, it's Kelvin Heavy Toast number 3, it's gonna be fine. Just give it some heat, should be all right. Maybe it was color, she wasn't putting on color. That barrel will put on color. So this is our, we have our own glassware now.
It's a nice glass. People to know who we were to go demand it at stores. Like, leave me alone.
Yeah, that's better now.
Everybody to taste, you know, I mean, it's
One of the little cones on the edge says something.
This business, this journey that this has been, has taken me places I never expected. You know, I never expected to be interested in genetics of maize or firefighting, right? So there's always interesting little tidbits that is a challenge, and I think that's part of the excitement of it. But when that first bottle went to Fred Minnick, people don't talk about him anymore, but when that first Minnick bottle went out, and it was a super random bottle, I had someone doing our social media at the time, and he messaged Fred Minnick, which I did not approve of, because I just don't think you'd reach out to someone of that caliber. I didn't think we were ready, to be honest. He had had it before, and he knew it was promising, but like, he's really smart that way. He's not gonna make a video on it and crap on you like another account would. So, not to name names, but Fred is savvy this way. So he looks at it and says, I'm gonna keep an eye on what's going on here, but he's not gonna just like say anything. Yeah, and so he said he wanted a sample, and I had these random bottles in my dining room, and they all got boxed. These are like overflow bottles from bottling line. So it might have been end of run. I mean, not the stuff that you would like choose to send to the top, one of the top, you know, whiskey reviewers. But that's how it went. So they were all boxed, and they're all random, and then they all got labels put on them after they were boxed. So it was like 3 layers of randomness. And he made that video, and that's when things really started to blow up. So I was like, okay, well, we're getting closer to being ready for the spotlight, right? I used to be in a hurry for the spotlight, and then I realized that actually it's a blessing for people not to notice that you have that opportunity to grow. Like if you're an athlete and you got the size, you got the DNA, you got the financial backing of coaching and all the stuff that's got to be in place, but you're just not ready. If no one notices it, and you can just be quiet and you can just work, and then when the lights come on and you just jack it, like you're off to the races. And so that was kind of like my new perspective, was just to attempt to enjoy this process that sounds so daunting and so difficult of surviving young whiskey era. But actually that was my opportunity to kind of perfect my craft and to learn as much as I can about. I still learn every day. And so that when we were ready, we were ready.
Well, Seth, man, we had a great day today. I really appreciate you having us out. I think had some great barrel picks. I think they're going to be real happy with what they chose. What do you have coming up in the future?
Well, we have more of these where the barrel picks are pre-screened, so you're not just picking from, say, 4 barrels, but it's actually maybe 30 barrels condensed to 4. So really high-level picks.
Right.
And in the spring, we have a lot of barrels coming from the new house. So it's the hottest building.
Okay.
They live their whole life there. Pretty impressive.
Exciting stuff.
Yeah.
I really appreciate the fact that you went through and sampled so many barrels and narrowed it down, because I've been on a few picks where we've sampled a ton of barrels.
Yeah.
And then by your time you get to the end, you just really don't know, right?
It's tough.
You're intoxicated and
it's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. You actually have to really filter when you're doing 10 or 20 barrels at a time. Most of it is nosing, and you're just tasting to be sure.
Right.
And then you find surprises when you do that final tasting.
Sure.
So And then you rely on a panel. So we have several people that participate, and we have guests that will come and participate as well. So,
But even as much as you narrowed it down, you still made it tough because there was a spectrum there out of those. And then we had the two sister barrels that just really, the sibling barrels rather, that just threw us for a loop. Right?
crazy.
Yeah,
So different from each other.
absolutely.
And they're the same barrel, same day, same proof, same location. Everything about them was identical, but
The flavors were totally different.
100%.
Profiles were different.
100%. Same whiskey,
Complexities.
same mash bill, everything was identical. So, yeah, that shows you how interesting single barrels are. And that's part of the fun of single barrels, is they're so unique.
Right. And so if somebody wanted to get on a pick, 2026 may be the soonest that they could
That's
maybe
right.
get on one.
Yeah, they should follow our social media. Maybe in the summer of 2025, I'll open up 2026.
Okay.
And it'll be opened up privately first to people who have been here.
Good deal.
So if you come, you get to come again. And then the new people, they're on the waiting list. The waiting list people will be next.
Right.
And then if there's slots, we'll open it. And they'll see that on Facebook and Instagram. And usually within like a week or two of it being opened up,
It's sold out.
it's gone.
That's
yeah.
good. That's
And I
good.
got to tell you, 2026 is where things are going to be. I mean, next year things are going to be on another level for sure. But 2026, 2027, 2028, the trajectory is crazy.
You were saying like 250 barrels would be ready about that time, huh?
Yeah, at once.
Wow.
Yeah, and we'll sell maybe 50. So I mean, it tells you that
They're
like,
going to get the age even more.
they keep going.
Okay.
Yeah.
all right.
So if you can sample those, and
Go ahead and get your name on one of them, right?
well,
For
yeah,
later.
or maybe I find some that are just like the top 1%, and then those move. Like if I can catch the 1% at 4 years,
Right.
and then take it to 6 or 7, and then sell them as the top 1%.
So am I hearing a potential top 1%? There's going to be some more gold coming
There's
out?
more gold coming.
Okay.
Yes,
I'm looking forward to that.
I have 3 right now that are
3 barrels?
that are
Okay.
like 7 years old, and they're one is like a storyteller. It's very super complex, and that's kind of my favorite.
Mine too.
And then we have one that's the rum. It's not rum.
You
but
said it would fool you though.
It would 100% fool you. You think you're drinking rum. It's so rum-like, so sweet and thick.
Right, right.
It's really beautiful. So
Well, good. Well, we're looking forward to that, man. We really
Yep.
appreciate everything.
thanks for
So,
coming, Brandon.
Absolutely.
Awesome, buddy. Good to
Take
see
care.
you.